Right, so welcome back to another video. In this one I thought I'd just do a bit about chain lubes, because so I go through a lot of chain lube in a year, and being as there's quite a few on the market, sometimes it's hard to make a decision on which one to get. But so I thought I'd run through some of them. I mean, you can get spray lubes, you can also get like wet lubes and dry lubes. Two examples there. Obviously dry lube for dry conditions, wet lube for if you're in the wet conditions. But you can also get wax-based lubes as well for the chains. Personally, I wouldn't be using anything like WD-40 on a chain, because this stuff just won't last. It just disappears as soon as you start riding, especially in the wet conditions. It won't last at all. This will just be gone, and your drive chain will just have excess wear because it's got nothing on it, so it's doing it no good, the chain. So I wouldn't be using anything like that on it. I'll be using a proper lube on it, not anything like WD-40 or anything. And also I'd be avoiding anything with PTFE in it, basically because that stuff is bad for the environment. So you can do your bit for the environment by not using it, such as everyone probably knows that product, and also with PTFE, as it says there. So avoid that. Once it's in the environment, it doesn't go anywhere. PTFE won't break down, and also probably be found in you as well. So in your trapped in your liver, thyroid, things like that. So you want to be avoiding it. There's a well-known manufacturer lube there, big writing on the front, PTFE lube. So it doesn't break down in the environment. It's found in animals, humans. PTFE, also Teflon, same thing, PTFE, Teflon. So you don't want to be using those. So what I use is, what I've been using is squirt chain lube. You can use it, it's long lasting dry lube, you use it wet or dry conditions, and this stuff I've found very good chain lube. This is, because I ain't sponsored by no one. If I think it's rubbish, I'll tell you it's rubbish. Basically what you do is you just put it on your chain, on the rollers of the chain, but before you put it on, make sure you cleaned your chain and everything, to get rid of any old chain lube that you had on there before. So just make sure it's all clean. Go around the chain on the rollers with this. Make sure the chain's dry as well before you apply it. And basically it dries, you don't have to wipe the excess off, you don't even worry about that. You just put it on and you just leave it to dry on there, and it forms like a wax barrier, just an invisible layer on there, but wax coating on the chain. And this is 100% biodegradable, solvent free as well. And I've been using this now for at least 6 months in bad conditions, so you know, before the winter and through the winter time, and it is very good. It does exactly what it says. It does last in the wet and the dry. And the thing is, with the beauty of this is, whereas normal lubes just make a right mess of your chain, especially in the wet, in the dry it'll take a while, but the build up of black all over your chain and your sprockets, and it's a nightmare to clean off. You get covered in it in your hands, you've got to wear gloves, and cleaning it means you've got to use degreaser on it, you've got to scrub it with a brush and things like that. You've got to keep it on top of it, otherwise it just gets a right mess. The beauty of I found with the squirt chain lube is, if you're washing your bike anyway, but you've got a warm bucket of soapy water, you can just go around the chain with your sponge and it just washes off, no problem, with a sponge and some soap in it. So you can wash it off, not a problem, and then once it's dry, thoroughly dried your chain, then you can re-lube it again, and wait for it to dry, and you're ready to go again. So I'll say that's what I've been using, and I recommend that. especially over anything that's got PTFE in it or anything like that. You want to be using this, something that's good for the environment as well. And forget your PTFE chain lubes. So until the next one, I'll see you then.